Breaking! Diddy's son just broke down in tears, exposing a hidden world of manipulation that's rocking the entire music industry. These explosive revelations implicate some of the biggest names in rap and tear the lid off Hollywood's darkest secrets. How deep does this go? What pushed him to this emotional breaking point? Stay with me. What you're about to hear will forever change how you see the entertainment industry.
Guys, let them walk, let them walk, let them walk. Guys, let them walk, guys, let them walk.
Guys, you gotta move it. You gotta move it. You gotta move it. Use your legs.
Do you guys have any words of support? Are you expecting him to be released today, or are you surprised?
There's a wall, there's a wall, there's a wall. Use the wall.
Sorry.
I'm still reeling from what just happened. The emotional breakdown of Diddy's son has left everyone absolutely stunned. During this heartfelt confession, he revealed such disturbing allegations that fans and industry insiders alike are in total shock. Breaking into tears, he recounted truly troubling instances of coercion, pointing fingers at some of the industry's biggest names. This brave moment wasn't just a personal revelation, it was a desperate call for attention to the hidden issues within Hollywood's elite circles. These bombshells came to light during what started as a candid interview, where Diddy's son finally broke his silence after years of holding back. The confession went viral almost instantly and has sparked intense conversations about the darker side of the entertainment industry. His willingness to open up in such a public way really shows the enormous weight of his experiences and the incredible courage it took to confront them. The toll on Diddy's son is so obvious. His emotional and psychological pain just radiates through every word, highlighting the potentially devastating long-term impacts of such trauma. So many supporters have rallied behind him, praising his bravery and demanding accountability. This moment marks such a turning point, not just in his personal story, but in the broader conversation about exploitation in Hollywood.
His arrest, disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was famous for holding his annual 4th of July party in the Hamptons. All of the well-known partygoers wore white, and it wasn't exactly a family-friendly event. Now imagine you're a 6-year-old kid and you find yourself a guest there. Allison Hall has more.
Can you believe this 6-year-old boy was once a guest at Diddy's infamous white party? The disgraced mogul has his arm draped around a young Justin Livtowski back in 1999. Justin is now 31 and tells Inside Edition about taking that photo.
He put his arm around me in an uncomfortable way, close to areas that you shouldn't as a grown man.
He recalls what he saw at the party.
So I remember marijuana, and topless women. That's the two main things that I remember.
So, how'd he end up there? Well, his father, David Allen, was Diddy's photographer, snapping pictures of partygoers in the Hamptons. Justin's mom, Maya, was also there. She says the party was family-friendly at first, but then turned raunchy.
People were getting high. There were girls swimming topless, young-looking girls that were, not dressed. We moved to another part of the house so that he wouldn't be exposed to what was going on.
In later years, Diddy implemented a curfew for children.
The kids had like an hour left.
You guys, it gets even worse. The revelations have also pointed to connections with some of the most well-known figures in the entertainment industry. Diddy's son alleged that top celebrities, including major rappers and artists, were involved in these disturbing incidents. These claims, though absolutely shocking, aren't entirely new to an industry that's long been rumored to have a culture of exploitation. Hollywood has been criticized forever for creating an environment where young, vulnerable individuals are often coerced into compromising situations. The toxic mix of unchecked power and the irresistible lure of fame makes it a perfect breeding ground for abuse. These allegations suggest that exploitation isn't just some occasional occurrence. It's a systemic issue that demands immediate attention. At the heart of these revelations are hidden power structures where influence and blackmail are reportedly used to silence victims and protect perpetrators. This complex network enables abuse to continue unchecked, with victims often too terrified to speak out. Diddy's son's confession has started to peel back the layers of secrecy, exposing a troubling reality that many believe has been hidden for far too long.
Because my next guest just testified before a federal grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-offs and parties. His name is Courtney Burgess, and he says a friend gave him 11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter. And if you follow this story, you'll know that Kim Porter is Diddy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of 4 of his kids. On those drives, the witness says 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties, and that 6 were males, 2 were females. The drive also included a manuscript of an alleged Kim Porter memoir, a memoir that her 4 kids insist is fake. Courtney Burgess told his story on a podcast before he told the grand jury today, and after he told the grand jury, and I mean immediately after, he booked it over to my set, and he and his attorney talked to me. I should tell you that he was very limited in how much detail he could go into about his testimony. And because the 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of sex crimes, we know who they are, but we will not be naming them, famous or not.
As if that wasn't enough drama, actor and former child star Orlando Brown has come forward with his own shocking revelations. He alleged disturbing encounters involving Diddy and other high-profile celebrities, painting an absolutely grim picture of Hollywood's dark underbelly. Orlando's claims, though controversial, align perfectly with the allegations brought forward by Diddy's son, suggesting a consistent pattern of behavior. Orlando's statements highlight recurring themes of manipulation and exploitation, reinforcing this narrative of systemic abuse. His accounts, combined with Diddy's son's revelations, suggest a web of coercion that entangles not just individuals, but an entire network of influential figures. While his claims are still under scrutiny, they have reignited heated discussions about the accountability of Hollywood's elite. The backlash against Orlando has been swift, with many in the industry attempting to discredit him. However, his willingness to speak out, despite the potential fallout, has earned him support from those advocating for change. Hollywood's reaction to his revelations really underscores the challenges faced by individuals who dare to expose its hidden truths.
To be clear, he received it in its complete form. So I think just to make sure we have some clarity here, the manuscript that Mr. Burgess received was already in its complete form. It's not that he edited it or changed anything.
Your it.
He did give it to someone
Makes
else
sense.
who then edited it, but that's not how he received it.
Okay, so Ariel, did your client, Courtney, receive the book from the woman who seems to have written it, saying, I'm a woman of my word, and this book is going to make it to print?
I don't know if he received it from a man or a woman. He can answer that.
I received it from a man. I tell you, somebody she was dating.
Do you know if the notes from the book really were from Kim Porter?
It was, yes, because I spoke to her probably like 6 hours before I got it, received it.
You spoke to Kim Porter?
Yes.
So Kim Porter.
Just saying hi.
Okay.
Just saying hi. Didn't
Okay, Ariel, go ahead and give me clarity on the timeline.
No, I'm trying to get him to provide clarity of, was there a conversation with her?
No, I was talking to the person, and he said, hold up, this is Courtney, be right here. Let me say something to him. He said, I know him, put me on speaker. Then that's how we end up speaking.
Hold on to your seats because it gets even juicier. Amid these revelations, leaked tapes have surfaced allegedly exposing inappropriate actions involving Diddy and other celebrities. These tapes reportedly contain disturbing evidence that could substantiate claims of abuse and coercion. Their content, while not yet publicly available, is said to be under review by the FBI, adding a serious legal dimension to this growing scandal. The involvement of federal authorities really underscores just how serious this situation is. These tapes could serve as critical evidence in ongoing investigations, potentially leading to major legal consequences for those implicated. The mere existence of such recordings has sent shockwaves through the industry, with many speculating about the potential fallout. If these tapes are as incriminating as reported, they could have absolutely far-reaching implications for Hollywood. The possibility of more high-profile names being implicated has created an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty for many. This marks such a pivotal moment in holding powerful figures accountable for their actions. Can you believe the silence? Despite the absolute gravity of these revelations, Hollywood's response has been largely muted. The lack of public acknowledgement from involved parties has raised serious questions about the industry's willingness to confront its darker side. This deafening silence has been interpreted by many as complicity, further eroding public trust. Cover-up tactics, including the use of non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, and threats, are reportedly widespread. These tools enable perpetrators to silence victims and maintain their pristine public image. The allegations against Diddy and others suggest that such practices are deeply entrenched in the entertainment industry, allowing abuse to flourish completely unchecked. Amid this silence, the voices of victims like Diddy's son are more critical than ever. Their courage in speaking out serves as a beacon for others who may be suffering in silence. Amplifying these testimonies is absolutely essential for creating a culture of accountability and ensuring that no one else has to endure such trauma.
Drea Sherry English claims the rapper forced them into explicit activities during these lavish events in the early 2000s. English, who filed a lawsuit, said she was hired as a dancer for the parties held in the Hamptons, a posh New York neighborhood. She in fact alleges the glamorous exterior of these celebrity-filled events hid a disturbing reality where women were coerced into sexual acts. English claims Diddy used his power to pressure her, warning that if she did not comply, he would sabotage her music career. According to her, drinks were spiked with drugs, leaving her unable to recall how she in fact left the parties. English went on to say that the parties were more explicit, and the in fact more explicit parts of the party started late at night after most of the guests left the venue. The secretive activities allegedly took place in rooms guarded by security to prevent anyone from knowing what exactly is happening behind the doors closed.
To get to the latest on Combs, his children speaking out overnight, and another accuser has come forward. Aaron Katursky has been tracking all this for us. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Michael. Combs and Sam Bankman-Fried are sharing a dormitory-style unit in protective custody in jail, strange bedfellows in jail. And now his children this morning are speaking out. This morning, the children of Sean Diddy Combs are speaking out for the first time since their father's arrest last week. 4 of Combs' 7 children writing on Instagram, "We have seen so many hurtful and false rumors circulating about our parents, Kim Porter and Sean Combs' relationship, as well as about our mom's tragic passing, that we feel the need to speak out. Claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. She did not. And anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves. A 60-page unverified book published earlier this month claimed to be the collection of diaries of Porter, who died at the age of 47 in 2018. The children, who don't mention their father's arrest in the statement, go on to write, "Our mother should be remembered for the beautiful, strong, kind, and loving woman she..."
The plot thickens even more. The allegations against Diddy extend beyond individual instances, pointing to a broader network of exploitation. Claims of grooming and coercion suggest a pattern of behavior facilitated by Diddy's massive influence and resources. These allegations paint a troubling picture of systemic abuse within the music and entertainment industry. High-profile collaborators have also been implicated, with several celebrities allegedly tied to Diddy's actions. While some names have been redacted from lawsuits, others have been openly discussed, fueling speculation and public outcry. This network of connections highlights the absolutely pervasive nature of exploitation in the industry.
I'm Hallie, and tonight we are learning in just the last few minutes that a federal judge is now refusing to grant Sean Diddy Combs bail. Instead, he's going straight to jail tonight after Diddy pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. Want to show you some of these brand new court sketches coming into us, like literally in the last 90 seconds. This is Combs in court after prosecutors arrested him at a hotel in Manhattan. It's where he's apparently been living for weeks, according to what a person familiar with the move tells NBC News. All of it a tipping point now in that sprawling federal investigation into the superstar's alleged years of sex crimes dating back to 2009. As we're just getting in some new and deeply disturbing details about the allegations against him and what looks like a massive criminal operation, allegedly. At least 50 victims and witnesses so far. And at the center of it, these hours and days-long sex acts known as, in their words, freak-offs that Combs supposedly orchestrated to abuse his victims.
But back to his parties.
I said, everybody, come on over to the house.
While it's not a crime to attend a Diddy event, several of the civil lawsuits allege sex crimes occurred during those wild parties.
I've got a lot I can't tell. I can't tell that one either.
The question now could pass attendees like Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, Kelly Osbourne, Justin Bieber, and Usher be potentially questioned by federal investigators.
Oh my God. I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
There were very curious things taking place.
Anyone who attended one of Diddy's parties dating back decades should be concerned. So Diddy's rich and powerful friends should make sure they have lawyers on standby as the feds may come knocking.
Over the weekend, all of Usher's posts on Twitter mysteriously disappeared, leading some to speculate it was related to Diddy. But the singer says his account was hacked. Saturday, we were with Tiffany.
The patterns of behavior reportedly facilitated by Diddy's power raise urgent questions about accountability. How can an industry so reliant on public image and talent allow such abuses to persist? The revelations surrounding Diddy and his network underscore the desperate need for systemic change to protect vulnerable individuals from exploitation. As these allegations continue to unfold, calls for justice and accountability are growing louder. Current lawsuits and ongoing investigations have put significant legal pressure on Diddy and those implicated in these claims. The pursuit of justice isn't just about punishing wrongdoers, it's about creating a safer and more transparent industry. Advocacy for change has gained tremendous momentum, with activists and organizations calling for greater protections for individuals in the entertainment industry. From increased oversight to better support systems for victims, these efforts aim to address the systemic issues that enable abuse. The courage of those speaking out has been absolutely instrumental in driving this movement forward.
Ali, and tonight we are learning in just the last few minutes that a federal judge is now refusing to grant Sean Diddy Combs bail. Instead, he's going straight to jail tonight after Diddy pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. Want to show you some of these brand new court sketches coming into us, like literally in the last 90 seconds. This is Combs in court after prosecutors arrested him at a hotel in Manhattan. It's where he's apparently been living for weeks, according to what a person familiar with the move tells NBC News. All of it a tipping point now in that sprawling federal investigation into the superstar's alleged years of sex crimes dating back to 2009. As we're just getting in some new and deeply disturbing details about the allegations against him and what looks like a massive criminal operation, allegedly. At least 50 victims and witnesses so far. And at the center of it, these hours and days-long sex acts known as, in their words, freak-offs that Combs supposedly orchestrated to abuse his victims.
Sean Diddy Combs is locked up in a federal jail that has been plagued by harsh conditions and violence. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn has seen multiple deaths in recent years. An inmate was stabbed to death in July, and several others have died by suicide. It's these reasons, among others, that Combs' lawyers are fighting to get him out of there. They want him released on bail rather than being kept in jail while he awaits trial on sex trafficking charges. Combs is just the latest high-profile defendant to be locked up at MDC Brooklyn. Before him, there were R. Kelly, Elaine Maxwell, and crypto scammer Sam Bankman-Fried. Maxwell complained about her treatment at the facility, which included round-the-clock checks in the wake of her associate Jeffrey Epstein's jail suicide. A few years ago, a week-long power outage in the dead of winter left detainees in drab, cold conditions. Judges have also raised alarms. They've pressed the Bureau of Prisons for status updates and implored the agency to fix things. One judge even refused to send some defendants to the jail. For now, Combs is one of about 1,200 people locked up at MDC Brooklyn. He's the highest profile detainee at a place that's been described as hell on earth.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of this moment. Joining us now is CNN's entertainment reporter Elizabeth Wagmeister, and also with us CNN chief legal correspondent Ellie Honig. Elizabeth, you were a big part of revealing some details about Diddy's conduct in private over the course of the last couple of months. That video led to a lot more scrutiny on what he has been accused of. What do we know at this point about what this case might ultimately be about?
Abby, at the moment, we don't know what the charges are. I have information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. I heard from his attorney they are still maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these
revelations have shaken Hollywood to its core. What we've uncovered is devastating, exposing the darkest corners of the entertainment industry and demanding real change. The brave voices speaking out cannot be silenced again. If this video shocked you, hit that like button, share your thoughts below, and subscribe for more breaking revelations. Let's keep uncovering the truth together.